Hi and welcome to Makeup for 40 Plus. I thought I am threading my eyebrows, so I thought I would quickly do a video while I was doing it. Haven't started as yet. I've just got my black cotton. Take a length about that wide. I can see with no glasses on, and just cut that. Then I just do I'm going to have to put my glasses on because there's no way I can see this. So just tie, and please excuse my nails, I haven't had a time to do a manicure on myself yet, so just tie a knot. I just get it and I just twist it so it's like a figure 8, basically, twisting it until I've got a reasonably good bit of material in it. So in my hands I hold it basically like this so that I've got a good amount of control. So the trick is that when you're pulling, this is the hand that you're holding it with and this is the hand that you move, and vice versa. So if you're removing hairs from this side, you pull with this hand and you open it, and if you're pulling from this side, you're pulling this way. And basically you're doing it in the opposite direction of how your hair runs. So I'll try and get up close so that you can see, and you'll be able to hear it as well. So you just hold it close to the skin and you can see how that's pulling it and popping it, and you can see the skin. Might make it a bit easier to see. You won't be able to see my eye, but you'll get a better idea of how it works. So basically I just line it up with where I want to remove the hair, and then I'm using this hand to open that string, and then I pull it back open with this hand. And it is really quite good, and I like doing it because it just makes your makeup application so much neater. Having your eyebrows, all those finer hairs that you can't see with tweezers. So basically just run it over and remove all that hair, and then the same on this side. So line it up with that top eyebrow, using this hand to open it, and you can see it and hear it as it's popping the hair. Well, I'm hoping you can hear it. I can. It's not I don't know, it's weird, it's not the most comfortable thing to do, but it's also not as painful as it would appear. I've sort of got used to the feeling of it because I've sort of done it for so long now. So I've had quite a few people ask me about my eyebrows and a few requests on my eyebrows, so I thought, being that it's time to do them, I would do a quick tutorial on what I actually do when I do my eyebrows. I do the threading probably once every 3 or 4 weeks because I don't need to do it any more than that, because it keeps the hairs at bay for so long. Basically anything inside that open V is the hair that will be removed. My fringe is getting in the road. Now that I'm starting to get a fringe, considering how quickly my hair's grown back since March, since I shaved it all off for Shave for a Cure, so it's growing back very rapidly. So I'm not sure, zooming in so that you can see how I do it is tricky, because I'm not sure if you can actually see my hand movements and how I use one hand to open it and the other hand to draw the cotton back again. It's actually very difficult getting through this area. You've got to get it at the right angle. So I must admit I do tend to tweeze a lot through this area for the finer, more stubborn hairs, because it is hard to get the angle right through here. And to get, because you do have to hold the thread close to your skin. Happen to catch hairs that you don't want to, all you have to do is stop. You don't end up yanking hairs out that you don't mean to by accident. What's frightening is how much hair you actually pull out. Like if I look down, I can see it where all the hair is that's fallen out. So because as much as I am doing this, I'm using the viewfinder, so it's a little tricky to see because I normally use a magnified mirror, but it's hard to do this in video, so makes it easier if I have my glasses on because I can at least see what I'm doing. Because you guys are probably watching it going, she's missing half of those, and without my glasses on I can't see them. So that's basically the top done. Now for underneath the eye, exactly the same thing, just line it up and just pull. And the thread basically is what's doing all the work, so the hairs just get knotted up in that figure eight and all that twisted thread and get pulled out with it. So it's also good if you're like me, where you get the finer hairs down. It's my dog barking. The finer hairs along the outer edge of your eyebrow. So to do here, again, you just lay the thread there and just hold it against the skin and pull. So and you're getting all those fine hairs that, you know, affect your makeup. Hold it along that line and pull. There are definitely areas you need to get with your tweezers that you miss or are just too difficult to get or stubborn and fine. I tend to use my tweezers for in this area just because it's more difficult to get to. So again, open this side, line it up with my eyebrows and just start pulling. Just find that it really helps with your eyeshadow application. You just have a much smoother surface that you're working from, similar to getting your eyebrows waxed, I guess. You know, you're removing all those fine hairs that you just can't see with tweezers. Some of them are a bit stubborn, so, and it always seems to be when you get to the end of the opening for some reason. Don't know what that is. Murphy's Law, I guess. So again, just sweeping all those up so you're not getting any of the eyebrow that you don't want to remove, and just working it back. There's one stubborn one there that I can see, but haven't been able to get yet. Sometimes I have to use the tweezers to get the missed ones. And as you just saw then, I'd caught some of my other eyebrow, which I actually don't want, so all I did was release, and it doesn't remove any of those hairs that you actually don't want to remove. So it's one of the things that I find so good about doing this. It's unlike wax, if you get it in the wrong spot, you know, it's very difficult to remove without removing your actual eyebrows. So that's pretty much it for the threading for me. The rest I will do with tweezers. So next I go in with my little spoolie and I just brush all the hairs up, and then I push them up, and any hairs that are sitting above that line I just gently trim so that I don't have any long strays. And I don't tend to do it, I'll zoom in a bit again for you. So I don't tend to get it too precise, because, you know, eyebrows are meant to have some shape to them, and, you know, some hairs are longer, and if you cut them too short you'll end up with gaps that you have to fill. So I just sort of grab any that are extraordinarily long and just use the little brush to between the brush, and I use the brush to hold the hair, and then the scissors just to sit, you know, just to get anything that's sort of sitting above it. So always go over it a couple of times just in case I've missed, you know, one or two, which is quite possible. So that's pretty good. Then the other thing I do is I always just brush down, getting my fringe out of the road again, of course, and just ensure that there's no, like that one there, if there's any that are extraordinarily long like that one, I remove it just so that, you know, if through the day it happens to droop down, it's not a good look. So there's none others there. So then if you brush back up again and smooth them out, you can see that you haven't sort of left any massive gaps and holes, and, you know, you've got a nice shape. So then I just do the same on the other side. I find it easier to do it without the moisturiser or eye creams or anything on, because it's easier to grab the hairs. Plus I find that if I apply my moisturiser and such, when I finish it helps take that bit of redness out. So that looks pretty good. No major strays. So pretty tidy. And then what I do is I go in with my tweezers and get any major strays that I've missed, particularly, as I said, in this area here. And I just go through and remove any strays that are close to this area in between my eyebrows, especially the little fine ones that I may have missed, and also go in and remove any in this area that I may have missed. So basically that's about it. So that's my eyebrows done. That's how I do them. I actually find it quite easy to do. In the beginning it felt a little awkward, but like I say, I've been doing it for quite a while now, so I don't even think about it. I just sit and, you know, line the thread up and away I go. So that's my little tutorial on how I do my threading and how I shape my eyebrows. So for those of you who requested a eyebrow tutorial, I hope that you've enjoyed, and I hope that you've learned something, and I hope this has been helpful. So I hope that you all look after yourselves, and I will see you all again very soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.